how to overcome failure. Let's say you did something stupid. Let's say you did something very stupid. You lifted too much weight. You did the wrong exercise. You did the right exercise in the wrong way. You ate all the desserts in the fridge instead of just the one. Whatever the case may be. It's worse in your head than it is out here. Unless you're in physical pain. If you're in physical pain, I encourage you to see somebody who can help you move past that pain or who can talk you through it, because that's not a good place to be. But if you're too sore, I don't believe you should be so sore that you can't reach forward and touch your toes. So if you did too many sets, really if you made the wrong food choices and now you're feeling guilty, or you made the wrong exercise selections and you know maybe you shouldn't have done that and now you're feeling guilty. Guilt has a part to play in our lives because it teaches us that maybe we made a decision without thinking about it. Maybe we made a decision before we really knew what we wanted to do. Have you ever done that? You made a decision so quick, it was a snap judgment, you didn't have all the information, you let your stomach or your intuition guide how much food to eat, and it just wasn't the right amount. So feeling bad can help you analyze, what was my motive there? What was I driven by? What instinct was I listening to that led me to that behavior that was somewhat unconscious? Unconscious in the fact that you forgot yourself, you forgot your values, you forgot what you said you were going to do. This could be the remorse or the guilt that you feel because you didn't exercise today. You said you were going to. And because you didn't have the hour, you decided to do nothing. Now you're left with this residue of this yucky kind of toxic feeling. I say use that feeling and go back and understand right before you made the decision and then you're living with the decision. What were some of those key indicators that let you know that you should have made it? What are some of the indicators and the lag measures for what it felt like after? And understand, was there another decision point in there where you could have stopped it? When you use negative feelings to go back and analyze something, I think that's only 1/2 or even 1/3 of what you should be doing. The next step or the next milestone would be to actively image, walk through, or talk to yourself about, in terms of rehearsing, like any athlete does, what you should have done. Okay, when I went to reach in and I grabbed the ice cream, I can see myself putting the ice cream back down and walking away and feeling great because I did not give in to the craving. Now look, that simple exercise isn't going to cure everything. But what it is going to do is it's going to put on your radar, in your brain and in your body, it's going to install that as an opportunity, as a choice. So next time, you could remember that. Overall, and the moral of the story is this. Use your mistakes, use your regretful, bad, guilty feelings for some good. Go back, reflect. First milestone. Second milestone, rehearse it. Do it differently so you record it in your brain and in your body. Third and final milestone, pick out the points in the future. Fast forward a little bit, look ahead, and ask yourself, when am I going to be faced with that event again? And I want to know what I should do differently. You think, okay, after I go into the fridge, after working 12 hours or whatever the case may be, I will make this choice. Now look, the first time you do this, it probably won't work. The second time, it probably won't work. But eventually, I can guarantee with 100% certainty, if you stick with this, it'll change your decision-making process. And you will no longer live at the bottom of the mountain looking up thinking, God, how will I ever make this work? You'll start to look down from the top thinking, I can't even believe I climbed this whole thing, but it was one step at a time. And then inevitably, when you end up back down at the bottom of the mountain looking back up, you know, all right, here are the tactics, here are the strategies, here are the references or resources that I need to use in order to get back up there and not make poor decisions when you're at the bottom of the valley. So the moral of the story is this. When you feel guilt, when you feel remorse, when you know or can anticipate you're going to have a mistake in the future, think, what should I do differently? And you start to learn about this by looking back and saying, where did I screw up? Or if you want to know what I do, I say scratch indulging in the past. Forget about it. Move forward. But use those negative feelings. And here's what I mean. Ask yourself, where am I going to make the mistake? And then walk through how you're going to rehearse it to do it differently. Before you lay your head down at night, what would you regret not doing? And let that call your attention to what's important for you to do. If you enjoyed this, check out my website, DominicSessa.com, my Instagram, my YouTube if you're on my newsletter. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk again soon.